Your first phone was probably a Nokia. In 2000, Nokia was 40% of all phones sold on Earth, worth $250 billion, the most trusted brand in Europe. 13 years later, sold for $7.2 billion, and the company that bought them wrote it off as a loss. This is the greatest fall in tech history. Let's go. 1865. A Finnish mining engineer named Frederick Idestam builds a pulp mill on the Tomarkoski Rapids. He names it Nokia, after the nearby river. No phones, no technology, just paper and a river. Nobody could have predicted what this paper mill would become. 1967. 3 Finnish companies merge: a paper mill, a rubber factory, and a cable works. Nokia Corporation now makes rubber boots, TV sets, and cables. A strange combination, but it laid the foundation. The rubber boots division would eventually fund the future. 1987. Nokia launches the Mobira Cityman 900, one of the world's first handheld mobile phones. It weighs 800 grams, costs $3,000. Then, Mikhail Gorbachev, leader of the Soviet Union, is photographed using one on live television. The world calls it the Gorba. Nokia had found its future. 1992. Bet everything on mobile phones. $3 billion. 1992. New CEO Jorma Ollila makes the boldest decision in Nokia's history. He sells the paper mills, sells the rubber division, sells the cables, sells the TV business. Nokia will focus on one thing only: mobile phones. The entire company. One product. One bet. It was the right call. 1998. World's #1 phone brand. $71 billion. 1998. Nokia overtakes Motorola to become the world's best-selling phone brand. In the same year, they manufacture their 100 millionth mobile phone. The Nokia 3210 becomes the most popular phone in history. Revenue hits $20 billion. Nokia is untouchable. 2000. Peak. $250 billion. 4% of Finland's GDP. $250 billion. The year 2000. Nokia's peak. Market cap, $250 billion. The most valuable company in all of Europe. Nokia alone was 4% of Finland's entire GDP, 70% of the Helsinki Stock Exchange. Reader's Digest named Nokia the most trusted brand in Europe, beating Sony, Canon, and Nike. Look at that chart. Look at the top of that line. That is as high as Nokia ever went. 2001. The dot-com bubble bursts. Nokia's market cap falls from $250 billion to $90 billion. But here is the key. Nokia's actual phone business was still strong, still 40% global market share, still profitable. The crash hurt, but Nokia survived it. The real threat was not yet visible. 2003. Nokia launches the Nokia 1100, the simplest, most durable, most affordable phone ever made. It sells 250 million units, more than any consumer electronic device in history at that time. Built for farmers in India, fishermen in Africa, students everywhere. Nokia was everywhere on Earth. January 9th, 2007, Steve Jobs unveils the iPhone. Nokia's response? Their CEO laughed, called it a nice toy, said it would never threaten Nokia's 40% market share. The iPhone had a touchscreen, an app store, a completely new model for what a phone could be. Nokia had no answer. That laugh would cost them $240 billion. 2008, Android launches, a free, open operating system for any phone manufacturer. Nokia's own Symbian OS was slow, outdated, and developers hated it. Nokia had a clear choice: adopt Android or build something better. They chose neither. They kept Symbian. That decision was the final nail.
2011. New CEO Stephen Elop sends an internal memo that leaks to the entire world. "We are standing on a burning platform," he writes, "and we are debating which direction we should jump." He then announces Nokia will abandon Symbian and partner with Microsoft's Windows Phone. The world is shocked. Nokia's own CEO had just told the world the company was dying. 2012. The numbers are brutal. Nokia's smartphone market share from 40% in 2007 to under 5% in 2012. In 5 years, 40,000 employees laid off, massive quarterly losses, Windows Phone failing. The company that once made 40% of every phone on Earth now made 5% and falling every month. 2013. Microsoft buys Nokia for $7.2 billion. The company that was worth $250 billion sold for $7.2 billion, a 97% destruction of value in 13 years. 2 years later, Microsoft wrote off nearly the entire acquisition as a loss. Nokia, the world's most trusted phone brand, gone. Nokia had the technology. Nokia had the brand. Nokia had the trust. They had everything and lost it all in 13 years. Because of 2 decisions. They laughed at the iPhone and they ignored Android. Nokia's former CEO ended his final speech to employees with these words: "We didn't do anything wrong, but somehow we lost." That sentence should be on the wall of every boardroom on Earth. Subscribe to Organigraph, new journey every Thursday. Comment below, Reliance Jio, Warren Buffett, or Infosys next.